Hello, and welcome to Breath's WoW Classic Guides. In today's video, we are diving deep into the Mistweaver Monk, the high-energy, chi-wielding healer of Mists of Pandaria Classic. Whether you are new to the Mistweavers or returning from retail, this guide will cover everything you need from talents, glyphs, rotation, stat priority, enchants, cooldowns, and much more. So, let us grab our tea and let us master the art of healing with elegance and fists. Let us start with the big question. Would choosing a Mistweaver Monk be worthwhile? The answer is absolutely. While we lack raid-wide cooldowns of Disc Priests and Resto Shamans, we cover the difference with the mobility, reactive healing, and the hybrid damage to healing conversion thanks to Eminence. Strengths and weaknesses. Our strengths revolve around us being extremely powerful single-target healers, our ability to heal effectively within large groups thanks to our uplift, we can heal through our damage abilities, we have the highest DPS throughput of any healer, and finally, we are hypermobile thanks to Chi Torpedo, Roll, Tiger's Lust, and Transcendence. But of course, with strengths come weaknesses. Our weaknesses revolve around our mana management, our lack of raid cooldowns, and our chi management. What are the best races for Mistweaver Monks? The best race for both Horde and Alliance for Mistweavers is going to be Pandaria, due to their epic Urine ratio, which doubles the well-fed bonus buff. If you want to play an Alliance, go for either Gnome or Human, due to their extra mana pool ratios, as Gnomes provide you with the Expansive Mind, and the Humans provide you with the Human Spirit. For Horde, the best options are going to be Troll, for the Berserking racial, and Blood Elf, for the mana. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, hit the notification bell for further updates. Talents. Mistweaver Monks have a surprisingly versatile talent set, with many opportunities to swap abilities for whatever a particular encounter demands. Here is the general purpose build that will be optimal in most situations. For Tier 1 or level 15, our options are Celerity, Tiger's Lust, or Momentum. Celerity grants us an extra stack of Roll or Chi Torpedo, while also decreasing the cooldown by 5 seconds. Tiger's Lust places a buff on a friendly target, increasing our speed by 70% for 6 seconds. Tiger's Lust also removes any snares or slows. Our third option will be Momentum. Momentum causes our Roll or Chi Torpedo to increase our speed by 25% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 2 times. Tiger's Lust is the default pick for this row, as the ability to speed up ourselves or another player is usually better than having an extra roll charge. For our level 30 talents, our options are Chi Wave, Zen Sphere, or Chi Burst. Chi Wave shoots a bolt at the target, damaging them or healing us or a friendly target. This ability is suited for a 10-man raid environment. Zen Sphere. Zen Sphere allows us to place up to 2 spheres on a friendly player that will heal them while damaging nearby enemies. After the sphere expires, or the target reaches 35% health, it will detonate, dealing damage and healing all targets within 10 yards. Our third option is Chi Burst. Chi Burst causes us to shoot an orb 40 yards in front of us, healing friendly targets and damaging enemies. This ability scales very well within large groups. Depending on the raid composition, we will pick the preferred talent. In a 10-man raid, our default pick will be Chi Wave, while in a 25-man raid, our choice will be Chi Burst. For our level 45 talents, our options are Power Strikes, Ascension, or Chi Brew. Power Strikes causes our Chi generators to generate 1 extra Chi every 20 seconds. Ascension passively increases our maximum chi by 1 and our mana by 15%. This makes our mana T slightly stronger as a result of the increased mana pool. Chi Brew. Chi Brew will instantly restore 2 chi and 2 mana T stacks. This ability has a 45-second recharge time and is off the global cooldown. Our default pick for this tier would be Chi Brew, as this ability refills our chi during moments of high rate damage. On top of that, each press grants us 10% of our mana pool for free in a form of mana T stacks. For our level 60 talents, our options are Ring of Peace, Charging Oxwave, and Leg Sweep. Ring of Peace creates a ring around us lasting for 8 seconds. This will silence and disarm any enemy within the ring. Charging Oxwave fires a 30-yard wave in front of us, stunning all enemies in its path for 3 seconds. Leg Sweep. Leg Sweep stuns every enemy around us for 5 seconds. Leg Sweep will be the default pick for our level 60 talents. For our level 75 talents, our options are Healing Elixirs, Dampen Harm, and Diffuse Magic. Healing Elixirs passively grants us a buff that will heal us for 15% of our health anytime our health drops below 35%, or anytime we drink mana tea while injured. This buff refreshes every 18 seconds. Dampen Harm. Dampen Harm grants us a buff lasting 45 seconds that would cause the next 3 attacks we receive to deal 50% less damage, if the damage we take is more than 20% of our maximum health. This is a strong talent anytime we are taking frequent large hits. Finally, our third option would be Diffuse Magic. Diffuse Magic grants us a buff lasting for 6 seconds. This buff reduces the magic damage we take by 90%. Our default pick for this tier will be Diffuse Magic, as most unavoidable damage we will be taking is magical. It allows us also to soak some certain mechanics. For our level 90 talents, our options are Rushing Jade Wind, Invoke Chuen the White Tiger, and Chi Torpedo. Rushing Jade Wind replaces our Spinning Crank. It does not slow us and is no longer a channeled ability, meaning we are able to continue to DPS, heal, or even drink a mana tea while it is active. However, it is the only option in this row that requires an extra investment of mana to utilize. Our second option is Invoke Chuen the White Tiger. This talent summons a model of Chuen to fight alongside of us for 45 seconds. Not only will he attack our primary target, but he will passively cleave lightnings onto 3 other targets as well. This damage is transferred into healing through Eminence. Our third option is Chi Torpedo. Chi Torpedo transforms our roll into a heal. It causes us to travel further and faster than before, as well as healing any friends in its path and damaging any enemies. If our group is all stacked up, Chi Torpedo can offer a powerful burst healing and it does not have a cap. Our best option for this row is Rushing Jade Wind, for fights that involve constant ticking damage. With this, we come to an end of our talent section. Now, let us discuss Glyphs. Glyphs play a much weaker role in Mists of Pandaria than they have in the past. For Mistweaver Monks, there is only really one glyph that makes a great difference, while the rest offer minor benefits or quality of life functionality. Glyphs are divided into 2 sections: Major Glyphs and Minor Glyphs. For our Major Glyphs, our options are Glyph of Renewing Mist, Glyph of Targeted Expulsion, and Glyph of Surging Mist. Glyph of Renewing Mist causes our Renewing Mist to travel to the furthest injured player within 40 yards rather than the closest. Glyph of Targeted Expulsion removes the chi cost of Uplift and instead makes it cost 10% of our mana. Finally, Glyphs of Surging Mist. This glyph causes our Surging Mist to automatically cast onto the lowest ally within 40 yards. For our minor glyphs, our options are Glyph of Zenflight, Glyph of Spirit Roll, and Glyph of Water Roll. Glyph of Zenflight grants us the ability to fly around on a cloud at a 60% movement speed. Glyph of Spirit Roll lets us roll while dead, and finally, Glyph of Water Roll lets us roll on water. This should conclude the section for glyphs. Now, let us discuss stat priority. Stat priority. The stat priority for Mistweaver Monks are Intellect, Spirit to a minimum of 5100, Haste, Critical Strike, and finally Mastery. Intellect is the primary stat for us as Mistweaver Monks. It increases the effectiveness of all our damage and healing spells and increases the throughput of our melee attacks via Stance of the Wise Serpent, converting our spell power into attack power. Spirit. Spirit increases our mana regeneration, allowing us to sustain ourselves throughout any encounter. As Mistweaver Monks, we have a unique relationship with Spirit when compared to other healers, as we generate a large portion of our mana through the Mana Tea. The exception to this, however, is that we will never want to go below 5100 Spirit. Stance of the Wise Serpent converts 50% of our Spirit into both hit and expertise, and the 5100 rating is the minimum to ensure our abilities never miss. Haste rating. Haste is an incredibly powerful stat for Mistweavers, as long as we are reaching our breakthrough that add additional ticks to our healing over time spells. Critical Strike. Critical Strike causes our spells and abilities to do double healing and damage. For Mistweaver Monks in particular, Critical Strike also increases our mana regeneration in the form of processing an extra mana tea stack. Mastery. Mastery causes us to spawn healing orbs on the ground. Any player who runs over these orbs will be healed for a small amount. And if the orbs expire before being collected, they will heal a nearby ally for 50% of the normal amount. Mastery is also the only stat that does not increase our damage and therefore our Eminence Healing. Avoid the stat whenever possible. This concludes our section for stat priorities. Let us now discuss spells, cooldowns, and abilities for Mistweaver Monks. Mistweaver Monks are powerful melee-ranged healers that convert damage into healing through our passive ability, Eminence. Let us start by discussing our rotational spells. Most of the Mistweaver's toolkit can be divided into Chi Builder abilities or Chi Spender abilities. Our Chi Builder abilities are Jab, Expel Harm, Crackling Jade Lightning, Soothing Mist, Surging Mist, and Renewing Mist. Jab deals moderate damage and generates 1 Chi. It also grants us with the Muscle Memory buff. Expel Harm heals us for a small amount and deals 50% of the amount healed into damage to nearby enemies. This ability generates 1 Chi. Crackling Jade Lightning is a channeled spell that deals low damage every tick, and has a 30% chance to generate 1 Chi per tick. Soothing Mist channels a heal on a target, healing for a moderate amount over 8 seconds, and has a 30% chance to generate 1 Chi every time it ticks. Additionally, we can cast both Surging Mist and Enveloping Mist instantly on our Soothing Mist target without interrupting the cast. Surging Mist heals a single target for a large amount and generates 1 Chi. Renewing Mist applies a heal over time with 3 stacks to our target. Each time Renewing Mist heals, it will lose a stack and jumps to the nearest ally within 20 yards. Our Chi Spender abilities are Tiger Palm, Blackout, Enveloping Mist, and Uplift. Tiger Palm deals moderate damage to a single target and buffs us with the Tiger Power, causing us to ignore 30% of our target's armor. This ability costs 1 Chi. Blackout deals moderate damage to a single target and 50% of the damage up to 4 nearby enemies. It also grants us the buff Serpent Seal, which causes us and our summoned Jade Serpent statue to convert our auto attack damage into healing as well. This ability costs 2 chi. Enveloping Mist places a heal over time on our target, healing them for a very large amount over 6 seconds. Can be cast while channeling Soothing Mist. This ability costs 3 chi. And finally, Uplift. This ability heals all friendly targets buffed with our Renewing Mist for a moderate amount. This ability costs 2 chi. Now, let us discuss our cooldowns. Our cooldowns are Revival, Life Cocoon, Thunder Focus Tea, Touch of Death, and Zen Meditation. Revival heals a group member within 100 yards for a very large amount and removes all harmful magical poisons and disease effects. Life Cocoon places a large absorption shield on our target and increases the heal over time healing by 50%. Thunder Focus Tea. Technically, this is a chi spender. This cooldown allows us to augment our next Surging Mist or Uplift cast. Touch of Death is another chi spender, which allows us to instantly kill any target so long as their current health is lower than or maximum to our health. This damage is converted into healing through Eminence, and this ability costs 3 chi. Zen Meditation causes us to take 90% less damage and redirects 5 harmful spells cast on a group member to us. Utility Spells. Our utility spells are Spearhand Strike, Detox, Disable, Fortifying Brew, Grapple Weapon, Legacy of the Emperor, Mana Tea, Nimble Brew, Paralysis, Provoke, Resuscitate, Reawaken, and finally, Roll and Summon Jade Serpent Statue. We also have Transcendence and Zen Meditation. Spearhand Strike interrupts an enemy spellcast. This ability applies a 2-second silence if the target is facing us. Detox removes all harmful magical poison and disease effects from a friendly target. Disable slows the target by 50% for 15 seconds. When this effect expires, if we are within 10 yards of the target, it will automatically refresh. Fortifying Brew increases our health by 20% and reduces the damage taken by 20%. Grapple Weapon. This is a disarm effect with a 40-yard radius range. Legacy of the Emperor buffs us and our group, increasing our strength, agility, and intellect by 5%. Mana Tea consumes Mana Tea stacks from brewing Mana Tea, restoring 5% of our total mana per stack consumed. This is a channeled ability and will consume a stack at the rate of 1 stack every 0.5 seconds. Nimble Brew removes all stun, roots, fear, and horror effects from our character and reduces the duration of subsequent CCs by 60%. Paralysis disables the target for 40 seconds. If applied to the target from behind, the duration is increased by 50%. Provoke taunts the target, forcing them to attack us for 3 seconds and increasing their movement speed by 50% for 8 seconds. Resuscitate resurrects a fallen friendly player to 35% health. Reawaken resuscitates all dead allies within 100 yards. Roll quickly moves us roughly 15 yards forward. By default, Roll will send us in the direction we are facing. Summon Jade Serpent Statue allows us to place a statue at a specified location that lasts for 15 minutes. This statue will cast Soothing Mist at 50% effectiveness on our current Soothing Mist target. It will also replicate all our Eminence Healing onto the most injured ally within 20 yards of the statue. Transcendence allows us to place a ghost of ourselves at a location, lasting for 15 minutes. Pressing Transcendence Transfer will allow us to swap places with our ghost after a short 0.5 second cast. Zen Pilgrimage allows us to teleport to the Peak of Serenity in Kunlai Summit. Reactivating this ability will teleport us back to our starting location. Mistweaver Monk stances. While Mistweaver have access to multiple stances, we will only ever use the stance of the Wise Serpent. Now, let us discuss our healing rotation. Healing rotation. Mistweaver Monk's rotation revolves around the generation and spending of Chi, our secondary resource. Our most powerful heals are gated behind Chi. We also have an actual DPS rotation as well that actively contributes to our healing via Eminence. Our goal as a Mistweaver is to try to use Renewing Mist on cooldown to ensure a steady supply chain of Chi. There are 3 different nodes of healing as a Mistweaver: Raid Healing, Single Target Healing, and Eminence Healing. Let us discuss them in details, starting with Raid Healing. For Raid Healing, we should use Uplift if at least 6 people have Renewing Mist on, making sure to use Thunder Focus Tea as well when it is available to refresh our Renewing Mists. Then we should use Chi Brew to generate Chi, and to avoid overcapping on its stacks. Thirdly, we should use also Renewing Mist and Expel Harm on cooldown to generate Chi. If we are in a 25-man raid and choose Chi Burst as talent, then we should use Chi Burst and aim it at the Miligo. Finally, we should use Spinning Crane Kick if further healing is required and mana is not an issue. Single Target Healing. We start with using Renewing Mist on cooldown to generate Chi. Then, we should use Soothing Mist if the target is taking high damage. We should spend Chi on Enveloping Mist if the damage is more than the Soothing Mist can handle. Thirdly, we will use Surging Mist onto our Soothing Mist target if damage is too high, but be mindful of its mana cost. Lastly, we will use Chi Brew to generate Chi or to avoid overcapping on its stacks. Our third healing mode is Eminence Healing. We start off by setting up our Jade Serpent statue within 20 yards of our group. Then, we use Tiger Palm if we have muscle memory and do not have the Tiger Power buff. Thirdly, we use Blackout Kick if we have muscle memory and do not have the Serpent Zeal buff. Afterwards, we should use Tiger Palm if we have the muscle memory buff. We should also use Surging Mist if we have 5 stacks of Vital Mists. Afterwards, we will use Renewing Mist and Expel Harm on cooldown to generate Chi. Lastly, we will use Jab to generate Chi and proc muscle memory. And that's it, Mistweavers. You are now ready to punch and heal your way through Pandaria. If you find this guide helpful, please like, subscribe, and drop a comment below for your favorite Mistweaver tip or questions. Until next time, may your mana be full and your tea always hot.